r/AskReddit, what's something people say is good but is actually terrible? Agreed. Hustle culture can F off. Agreed. In my country, people work 10-16 a day, 7 days a week, but the companies still complain them on internet that young people are lazy. Hate it. I give 100% when I'm at work. As soon as I'm out the door, I'm done. Clean beauty. Give me my preservatives. I'm not trying to throw my expensive serum out after a month or apply mold to my face. Yes. If I can't pronounce it, I am not putting it on my face. So you didn't actually look it up? Sometimes I feel like it's only me that wants his medications to be designed by PhDs in lab coats and prepared with no human touching in centrifuges to be precise dose. The old days. People like the old days because they felt young and vigorous and weren't troubled with the practicalities of living and mortality. They can't accept the fact that the lens changed as opposed to the actual subject matter. Also, some feelings just hit harder when you're young. Playing Star Fox on SNES as a kid felt like touching the face of God. But that vivid reaction was made possible because I was young. Today playing Call of Duty or Assassin's Creed bores me to tears. But that says more about me than the inherent quality of the games. Crumb Bleu. Had crumb bleu cookies last night. Well, one cookie. Tastes like nothing but sugar topped with more sugar and poorly baked. New Year's Eve in Times Square. I agree. I'm in Utah, so we have tons of these cookie places, and crumb bleu is definitively bottom tier. Thank you. They are terrible and taste like raw flour and sugar. Mardi Gras in downtown New Orleans. It smells, everything is expensive, it's crowded, and your shoes will be covered in piss and vomit. Mallord. Why, yes, I am from Chicago. How did you know? Who's out here says Mallord is good? That shit is vile. 10/10 would drink again. My local bar did a Harry Potter weekend with themed drinks. One was called the Volda Mallord. It was just a shot of Mallord, and the tagline was a shot as bitter as the Dark Lord himself. I did not partake. Because you sound funny and smell like sausage. Authoritarianism. There has never been any such thing as a benevolent dictator. Power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. And even if there was a benevolent dictator, their generals wouldn't be, your governor wouldn't be, your mayor wouldn't be. In a dictatorship, every part of society is a dictatorship, not just the top leader. Turning the bass all the way up. It used to be one of my life goals to do Nye in Times Square. Now that I'm older, I don't see the appeal, and it looks like a pain in the ass. I got in a rental Honda not too long ago, and first thing I had to do was figure out how to fix the sound. Whoever had it before me decided bass and only bass matters. Shit was bumping. Getting drunk until you black out. You either had a great time but you can't remember it, or you completely embarrassed yourself and can't remember to know how bad it was. Who the fuck thinks getting blackout drunk is good? Shower sex. Agree. Hot tub sex isn't great either. Let's add another layer to this already awful idea. Shower sex with someone who's as flexible as a 2x4. Realism in superhero movies. Yeah, the more real they try to make it, the more silly it becomes. It's supposed to be fantastic and otherworldly. Not a crime movie with people in costumes and flashing light special effects. Mostly true, but The Boys does a great job of this, though, in a Black Mirror-esque social satire sort of way. The skating rink at Rockefeller Center in New York City. In movies it looks like this amazing big rink with romantic couples skating around that iconic statue thing. When you go there, the thing is the size of tennis court. So disappointing. Drake's music. Putting ranch on everything. I've literally seen places get negative reviews, especially in Texas, for committing the crime of not providing ranch, when nothing on their menu would actually be any good with ranch. Listen. I get being obsessed with the sauce. I've had obsessions. But just eat stuff that actually calls for ranch, then, don't just try to literally put it on everything and then act like it's the other stuff's fault it's not good with ranch. Getting up early. It can lead to good things if you're lucky enough to be a morning person, but honestly is terrible. I love being up early, but I hate getting up early. Deleted. Lying on the beach. It is nice if you swim and read for a bit. I find it boring. I never saw the appeal. Let's go sit in the sun and do nothing for a few hours. I felt the same until I had a really stressful year, and then laying on the beach doing nothing in Hawaii was the best feeling ever. After that I realized I needed to reduce my overall stress. Two-party system. I don't think I've ever heard someone argue in favor of a two-party system. The one at Bryant Park is way better. They also have a better Christmas tree. The cloud handing all your digital content over to giant conglomerates who then rent it back to you. Edit. I am always fascinated how whenever I post something like this, several other IT people take it as a person affront that I do and see things differently, and have done, for years, with success, like I'm somehow insulting them by having a different take. I also think olives are gross. Anyone feel the need to judge me for that? Screw you, olives are amazing. That's a really weird way to think about rented data storage. Very strict religion. Vaping. As someone who quit smoking by vaping, after trying literally everything short of the suicide ideation pills, vaping was amazing. And I was able to quit vaping very easily, because I was no longer inhaling MAOIs and other mood enhancers from burning tobacco leaf. Nicotine is a mild stimulant and vasoconstrictor. Nobody should vape who isn't trying to quit smoking. But vaping is demonstrably better for smokers, both in harm reduction, 95% less harmful, and quitting, 2x more successful than other NRTs. Non-smokers who take up vaping are dumb. Sex on the beach. Sand getting everywhere. Going to Harvard or any other Ivy League school. Sure, it's a great education, but how much better can it be than any flagship state university? What you get from Harvard is the clout and the network. They are also consistently ranked dead last when it comes to free speech on campus. Well, TBF, the main reason people go there is for its reputation and networking opportunities. Modern day job hiring is basically sugar-coated nepotism. Marvel movies. Too many people too. Mild winters. Words like terrific and awesome. Obviously I recognize the evolution of language, just thought I'd go for an overly literal answer. That is a terrific answer. How you thought of that is just awesome. Screw you, awesome is awesome. Nowadays everyone is a legend, people slam critics, and everyone shows emotional intelligence for everyday actions. Avatar 2. When I watched it I realized people around me were actually enjoying it. Laughing face. I very firmly believe the movie would be better if it was just a nature documentary exploring the flora/fauna of Pandora narrated by Morgan Freeman or James Earl Jones in the same vein as real nature documentaries. Yeah, Avatar 2 was a disappointment to me as well. The visuals underwater are terrific but the story is shallow. Bras. Caviar. If I want the taste of ocean in my mouth I can just go to the beach for free, lol. Why waste all that money on fish eggs? Relationship advice on Reddit. Donating to non-profit charities, most take 90 cents of every dollar donated for themselves. Use Charity Navigator to find charities that rate 100% and align with your values. Better yet, donate your time and money. That's why you need to research who you are giving to. Getting drunk. Tesla. Kale. Alcohol. It's toxic, and I don't like the taste. I hate that I got into scotch this year. Spent my whole life hating on alcohol and now I'm spending hundreds for expensive bottles of scotch, because I love the peaty aroma so much. I wish it wasn't toxic. I'd even trade in the drunkenness. Green bean casserole and avocados. Parties. LMAO, seriously. Post, my partner yelled at me and stormed off to their room. Reddit, call the cops and divorce them. Work as hard as you can. Always give 100%. For God's sake, relax a little.